Why, hello, lucky Santora. Lucky indeed. Neon Nil. What to do, Ingrid? Good morning. Good day. Good eye, mates. I'm all the way up. Oh. Good morning. It's a nice, cold, crisp morning here today. Hopefully cold enough to kill the last of the flies. Yes. Hopefully. Maybe not quite cold enough to kill the last of the flies, but we hope so. Oh, man. Got a little shoot, got a little stream to do today. And I gotta wake myself up. Wake up the voice. Wake up the brain. Douse it with chemicals. Caffeine, nicotine. Nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol. Cocaine. Oh yeah, my favorite day. It's the day where I find out, gee whiz, Paul, what's going on in the world that you missed? What could possibly be going on in the world? Been up for 3 hours. Yep. I know exactly how you feel, Johnny. I went to bed pretty fucking early last night, and I'm still tired. It's whatever. Yeah, my sleepy ass laid down pretty fucking early last night. Still just barely functioning today. The new Buzz Lightyear trailer is out. Oh my god. I can't wait. Just kidding. Who fucking cares? Buzz Lightyear. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Buzz Lightyear bullshit. Hope whatever the next Toy Story fucking movie is like all of the toys get fucking burned in a house fire. They become like melted monstrosities. That would be fucking dope. They're all just like, Andy. That would be sick. I would watch that Toy Story. But just another goddamn fucking Toy Story movie. Get the fuck out. Get out of here. Andy, why don't you play with us anymore? I know. The third movie was almost good. That third movie was almost a good movie, bro. I'm gonna have to fucking scoot myself or go get sunglasses or what. Scooch and Sunglasses. The dude who voiced Sid did this made-for-TV Disney Channel movie called Brink that is just amazingly awful. Okay, yeah. This son, could you go up over the fucking roof line, please? I'm sick of getting you. Sick of you splashing into my eyeballs. Look at this. Do you have a morning routine? You're looking at it. I get up, stretch, brush the teeth, wash the face, brew the coffee, smoke the cigarette. You know how it goes. Yoga would probably be a good idea for me. I think I could do well with some yoga, maybe. There we go. That's better. That's better. Used to do Tai Chi. I learned Tai Chi when I was a sophomore in high school. I had a class that I had to go to. When I did California State Summer School for the Arts, had to learn my Tai Chi. It's pretty calming. I liked the Tai Chi. I would just have to find a place to do it. I don't know that I could fucking do Tai Chi out here with people driving by and fucking looking at a bunch of garbage. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Left 4 Dead franchise, so not real super interested in Back 4 Blood. Taibo, dude. Taibo. Oh god. I took karate when I was a kid. I got the red black belt. Oh. Yeah, I was in karate as a kid too. I don't remember how far I went on the belts. I think I might have had like a green belt or something. Or purple belt. I honestly can't remember. I'd have to look it up. Find the pictures. Yeah, I saw, I was just kind of like fucking around the other day and I saw Scotty and Stevie playing Back 4 Blood and just like, I don't know. I'm pretty much done with machine gun games. You guys know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty much done with a game where you walk around with various machine guns and shoot at shit. I'm pretty done. Games gotta do more than that for me these days. Yeah. Runny gunny, shoot, bang bang. I have machine gun. I have cover mechanic. I shooty shoot, bang bang. Thing go explode. Me run way. Me shooty shoot, bang bang again. Thing go explode. Me run way. Monkey have shotgun. Monkey go bang bang. I don't know. Whatever. I just need something a little different from a game these days. shoot anymore. Yeah, monkey heel bullet wound with syringe. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Whose fucking idea was that? Yeah, just give them a syringe when they get shot. That'll do it. Oh yeah, I'm healed. Yeah, there it goes. Bullets like spitting out of wounds. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Oh yeah, there we go. Like nobody ever stops to think about how fucking absurd that is. Riddled with bullet holes, and you just hit yourself with a syringe. Morphine will fix it. If you want a shooter. I just got done telling you I don't, though. See what I mean? I know you just got done talking about how, like, boring shooters are these days, but, if you want one, here's one where you gotta shooty shoot bang bang. Heard you mention you don't like the survival genre. What about it? Doesn't work for you? It feels like a fucking... not a game. It starts to feel like a job. Like, as survival games, like, as you get into them a little bit, you get yourself a base built. It's just like work to keep it up. And it's something is always coming along to tear down part of your base. You gotta fix it again. Fuck that. That sounds like my life. That sounds like what I do for a living. No thanks. You don't want to shoot. You don't want to survive. What do you want? I know, dude. The only two types of video game, and I don't like it. People have been ruined. The Call of Duty generation ruined video games. I just want you guys all to know. Every time you play a shit video game, you're to blame. Call of Duty, dude. Unbelievable. I don't need recommendations, bro. Crawl of Dookie, yeah. Video games. Ruined Doritos and Mountain Dew, yep. Yup. Paul Simulator, that would be fun. I'm even fed up with 4X games a bit, but a part of that is definitely frustration of my inability to get better than I am. Yeah. I'm just fed up with games in general. Fuck a video game. Play the game of life. Podcaster Simulator. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me sign up. Let me just sign up. Paula's becoming TJ. No. See, TJ's interest in video games is like this. It's like a flat line. and then every once in a while it's like boop, boop. Mine is like boop, 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 boop. That's how I go. I get into video games for a while. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. And then I'm just like, fuck this. The blip is Vorball, yeah. Faux show. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Does Nier have shooting? Kinda. Not typical shooting, though. A Spaceballs video game, that would be pretty fun. Do a Spaceballs type of video game in the style of like that new Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out. That actually looked kind of fun. Not to completely undermine what I just said. I was watching some like gameplay footage of the new Guardians of the Galaxy game, and that shit actually looked like it might be kind of fun. Flipping around and floating around on your hover shoes or whatever the fuck. Firing ice lasers. Spank the Monkey Simulator, yeah. Ideology Viewer Simulator, as it's also called. Only issues, you're stuck playing Star-Lord, so only shooting, yeah. Deep Space. Deep. You mean Dead Space? I never saw any movie. I played. God damn it! The sun is gonna do this all day until it's up over that. Well, it won't be long. It'll be up over the fucking ridge in a sec. If I hold my cursor outside of the YouTube window long enough, I can spank the Paul. Huh? Huh? What? Yeah, you gotta get a little vitamin D. Maybe I should just put on some sunglasses. That would help. But yeah, you gotta absorb a little bit of that vitamin D. Got a little bit of solar radiation in your skin every once in a while. Baby's in Reno with the vitamin D. Got a couple of couches. Sleep on the love seat. What's that from? Depression is vitamin D. Yep, that's loser. 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 Bobby got with Cheryl. Cheryl got Cherie. She was sharing Sharon's outlook on the topic of disease. Bobby had a how's it go? Bobby had a facial scar. Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with Di, and they were doing it in Texas. Choo choo. Choo choo. Chugga 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 chugga. Here, let's do this. Mad one-eyed Paul. Mad Eye Moody. Poop, 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 poopity poop, 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 poopity poop, 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 poopity poop, 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 poopity poopity poop, 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 poopity poop, 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 poopity poop, poop, poop. Will you still love near a train line on your next move? Yeah, dude, I'm looking for a place right next to a train. That's a major part of what we're looking for. A place next to a train. Need help moving? I mean, yes. But Peyton, you're all the way in fucking Missouri or Mississippi or some shit. You're going to Disneyland? Neat. Disneyland is not an hour away from me, bro. You're way more than an hour away from me. You don't know what you're offering. Disneyland is on the back end of the San Fernando Valley. It's a solid 6-hour drive. One way. From, like, where's Disneyland again? Anaheim. Anaheim and Burbank to the area of the Central Valley that I live in is a 6-hour drive one way. Well, maybe not 6. If you're unlucky, it's 6. If you're really lucky, it's like 4 and change. When's the last time you went to Disneyland? I went to Disneyland right around the time when I first joined DP, like officially. When I went to LA to do the first DP LA meetup, after that meetup was done, I took my ex and a friend from Australia to Disneyland. Yeah, California's a long boy. I live dead, it's like smack in the center of California. Right in the geographical heart of California. Which means it's a nice place to live because it means that everything in California that's worth seeing is pretty much equidistant. But it also means it's a drive to do anything, you know. It's a 2.5 hours to get to the beach. It's 2.5 hours to get to the deep forest. 4 or 5 hours to get to LA. 3 hours to get to San Francisco. Used to drive like 2 hours to TJ's and 2 hours back every week. Well, I appreciate the offer, Peyton, but it would be quite out of your way. Peyton's a good guy. He is not a simp. You leave Peyton alone. You're not fit to fucking touch the hem of fucking Peyton's garment, okay? I'm not fit to touch the hem of your garment. Peyton's just a really nice and helpful person. I'd say like a solid half of the t-shirts that I own were gifts from Peyton. Maybe not half, but a good solid chunk of my t-shirt collection came from Peyton. Peyton's a dedicated fan. He's traveled all over the United States to come to meetups. I remember when we did the Gadsden meetup, which was really kind of like by the seat of our pants. We didn't have a plan for that one. That one we showed up in Gadsden, met up at the Big Chief, and then after that we all kind of decided on the fly, hey, we're gonna go to a bar. And Peyton ended up providing a sober ride home for all of us, got us all back to the hotel safely. Yep, Thanos was right. You guys see me in that one all the time. The Ghostbusters shirt, the Beetlejuice shirt. There's a bunch of other ones too. You got me a bunch of shirts, bro. There's a fuck ton of shirts that I've got from Peyton. My closet is basically like Peyton gifts old t-shirts that I've had for like 20 years that I can't throw away even though they got holes in them, and then DFF merch. That's pretty much how it rolls. If I did a Gadsden meetup, I'm sure you have a chance. Yeah, maybe. Any idea when you guys will come to Ohio again? No. Yeah, he's just a cool dude. Peyton, just a nice guy. Just a nice guy who's a fan, who goes, the extra mile that a lot of fans don't go. Peyton has probably sacrificed other things in his life, other things he wanted to do to come to a lot of fucking meetups. I don't know exactly how many Peyton's been at least 3 that I can think of, right? Peyton was at, it's got to be more than 3. I know he was at the Gadsden meetup, that's 1. He was at the New Orleans meetup, that's 2. The second New Orleans meetup. I don't think he was at the first one. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Second New Orleans meetup, he was there. He was there, I want to say he was there for one of the LA meetups. Right? Maybe the first DFF LA meetup. No meetups have happened since I became able to afford to travel. Yeah. Am I missing any meetups there, Pate? Seattle meetup? Did you come to the Seattle meetup, the DP Seattle meetup? I want to say I'm forgetting one that you were at. All right, maybe not. next meetup is Paul's new crib. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I didn't go to Seattle. I had to work at Winn-Dixie or some shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just know that Peyton, one of the more recognizable denizens of the meetups for sure. Remember at the Seattle meetup, you know, he kind of patiently waited because everybody's talking to me and taking pictures and stuff. He's like, Paul, I got you a bunch of stuff, bro. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I got you a bunch of t-shirts. I was like, oh, sweet. He got me like 3 or 4 t-shirts that he brought for me. And I ended up using all of them that night, dude. It's like he knew. I sweated my way through every fucking shirt. Fortunately, I didn't turn 21 until 2019, so no meetups till the next one. Yeah. Man, I really, really am hoping that we can get back into the swing of doing meetups and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, you got me one shirt that I don't wear unless I like need a night shirt. You got me some wrestler shirt that's like, I'm hungry or some shit on it. Some fucking like, I don't know which guy it was. I was like, all right, this is a sleeper. This one right here is a sleepy time shirt. Yeah, it says like I'm hungry or something, or feed me on it or some shit. It's like a wrestler's shirt, but I don't know which wrestler. I think I remember you told me. It's like Goldberg or something. I was like, it's like bright blue with orange letters on it. It's like, feed me. I'm just like, man, I don't need to call attention to that. Like, being fat is one thing, you know. Yeah, I think it was Ryback, yeah. Yeah, wake up, it's feeding time. Yeah. yeah. That's the only Peyton shirt that's out of the rotation during the day. I still sleep in it a lot. That one stays hidden away from the daylight. Let's put it that way. But all of the other ones, dude, I sport those all the time. You know what? Here's a little positivity for you. Since we're on the subject talking about Peyton, we have a lot of really cool fans. Here's one of them here. Marshall Manson, who has dedicated I don't know how many hours to just making fun fan stuff for our show. Like, I can't tell you how cool it is to have other people contribute just because they're fans. You know what I mean? Like, all of the art that gets done, the crazy edits, like, that stuff is really neat. You know? The music. Salty Paul, yeah. It's a genuinely good song, dude. No, we've just got this, like, cadre of fans that, whether it's through, you know, regularly donating to what we do or just showing up to everything that we do, which is every bit as important, to be honest with you, doing little extra things with their talent, you know what I mean? Making fan art, making t-shirt designs, making music, making little fan movies and photoshops, and man, that's so cool. I know I spend a lot of time dumping on the fans, but I gotta tell you, man, for every shit fan we've got a great one. And that's just the truth. So If that at all applies to you, any of those things that I said, thank you. Thank you for making my job fun and interesting. Thank you for being a part of that, because that's really cool. For a dork from, you know, a shitty cow town, having people draw me, write songs that feature things that I've done and said, and just show up to see me every day, you know what I mean? Like, even like people, a lot of people probably think that's not a contribution, but those of you that are here pretty much every time I turn this on, dude, I can't thank you guys enough. Like, you guys are really awesome. Well, you guys are welcome. I know, Peyton. Group hug. Let's bring it in. Come on. Come on, get in there. I'm going to tuck you guys right into the hair and the beard. Get in there. Group hug. Ideology group hug. There it is. Oh, yeah. Feels nice, doesn't it? Feels nice and warm in there. Just tuck in there. Smells a little bit like cigarette smoke and conditioner. Get in there. Get in there. Tuck it in. Yeah, I'm a good hugger, dude. I don't fucking hold back on hugs. I'm not like that one arm kind of like hover hug guy. I bring it in, bro. Get in here. Ugh. I grab a motherfucker and just pull him in. I'm a hugger. I have to ask everybody when they walk up, because I'm such a hugger. And I know that a lot of people aren't, you know what I mean? They don't enjoy that kind of close physical contact or whatever, but I will ask everybody at the meetup, you know, when we're lining up to take pictures with people, I'm like, are you a hugger? And when they give me a yes, that's all I need. I grab it and I pull it in. Get in here, you fucking crazy fuck. Yeah. It's good stuff. I'm a good hugger. I really am. I will, I don't, you know, I give myself credit a lot of the times for my talents, but I'm a talented hugger. I enfold you. Give a tight and committed hug, and I know exactly how long to hold it so it doesn't become weird. You know what I mean? There's a time limit on a hug where it starts to linger a little too long. I know exactly where that cutoff is, dude. I get the perfect hug. I'm also a good handshaker. I know that's going out of style now in the era of COVID, but I know all the fucking handshakes, dude. Like, I get probably 3 or 4 different types of daps. A lot of people aren't huggers. They just want to shake a hand, you know? Psst, I got you, bro. Got you. Go in for just the straight up fucking strong handshake. I got you. You got a little flourish that you throw on your handshake, bro. I got you. It depends. Yeah, the handshake, I've done a lot of those too. It's like real warm handshake, and I just pull it in, the one arm on the back. Come on, man. Tuck it in there. Tuck it in. I'm tucking it, dog. I'm tucking it. I'm tucking it. I'm tucking it. Get it in there. Get it in there. Tuck it in, dog. Tuck it in. I'm tucking it, dog. I'm tucking it. I'm tucking it. I'm in there, dog. I'm in there. I'm in there. Get in there, dog. Get in there. Tuck it. Tuck it. I'm in there, dog. Do you say it's not your fault before the hug? No. No, I don't. It's not part of my move. How about head pats? Last head pat that I gave was very embarrassing for me. Tuck that. I'm tucking it, dog. I'm tucking it. I'm in there. Tuck it in there. Get in there, dog. I'm in there, dog. I'm in there, dog. I'm tucking it, dog. I'm in there. Get in there, dog. Tuck it, dog. I'm in there, dog. I'm tucking it, dog. I'm in there. He's not a midget. He's a little person. And he's a good friend of mine. He's another guy that has, at great expense to himself, been to like he's probably been to more meetups than fucking Peyton. And that's saying something. Peyton is, he's one of the regulars at the meetups. But there's a couple of people that have been to almost every one of these fucking meetups, bro. And Peter is one of them. And Peter is one of those dudes. I'm just telling you, man. There's a genuine light that comes off of Peter. I don't know how to explain it, but I just cannot be as salty as I normally am when I'm fucking chilling with Peter. Peter is he just radiates positive energy. He's great. He's just a great dude. But yeah, I met Peter at a meetup. And then we did a meetup a few months later. And he and I kind of hit it off at that first meetup. And then I met him at a meetup a few months later. And I saw him, and I was so overcome with joy, I went and squatted down, and I patted him on the fucking head like he was a toddler or some shit. Look, dude. I know he probably knew that I didn't mean anything by it. But by the same token, like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? It came from a genuine place of like excitement and love, but it was very, very ill expressed. I should have just fucking bent down and grabbed him and give him a big hug, That would have been the move. But I was so fucking excited that he came again. That's what came out. And that's, you don't do that. You don't do that to a man. You don't pat him on the head, Very bad move. But luckily, Peter's a cool dude. He understands. I think that he understood that it didn't come from the place that it seemed like it comes from. That seems very like mean and dismissive of him, but I think he could tell from the look on my face, that I was happy. Hey, at least I didn't pick him up like Scotty did. Scotty went that extra mile. Picked Peter up. Peter was like, please don't. Scotty was like, I'm gonna pick you up. Just found out my grandpa died. Shout out to all the dads and granddads out there. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That sucks. Hopefully he lived a good life. Whoa. Fuck. I forget I can't just suck on those like a little normal vape cart. Holy shit. So like taking a dab. Christ on a crutch. Ugh. I'm not fit to touch the hem of your garment. Poor Cake, man. Poor fucking Cake. Great band, honestly, like really talented band. Dude, have you ever heard the bass player in Cake? Dude, the bass player in Cake shreds. It's not usual that like a bass player fucking stands out, but the bass player for Cake I saw Cake get booed off the stage. It was a sad day. It was a real sad day, but it was a really bad pairing. Cake was opening for No Doubt at the height of No Doubt's popularity. We're talking Tragic Kingdom tour. And my sisters were all into No Doubt. I was into Cake. And two of my sisters had birthdays that were pretty close, and so I would often get them, presents at the same time. And that year, I bought tickets to see No Doubt and Cake. And I thought, cool, I wasn't a huge No Doubt fan. I've come to appreciate them a lot more later. But at the time, I was not a huge No Doubt fan, but I liked Cake. So I thought, cool, I'll get to see Cake. They'll get to see No Doubt. It'll be a cool show. Man, those fucking No Doubt fans booed Cake straight off the stage. Cake came out and played Going the Distance, which was their popular song. And everybody was into it because it's a high energy song, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody was into that shit. And then the next song they played was just some B cut off of their album. It's like, birds fall from the windowsill above mine and then flap their wings at the last second. It was just that over and over again. It's just like a groove song. Boo! Started throwing shit. Fucking shut down the show. Cake left. It's just like, man. Poor Cake. Poor fucking Cake. Wrong audience, bro. I was digging it. But I can't hate. Sometimes an opener just isn't doing it for you. You know what I mean? I can relate. I've never booed somebody because I just feel like that's rude. Unless somebody's just like not trying at all, you don't boo. But I've walked out. Like I remember, Meshuggah opening for Tool. Meshuggah just not my shit. I stood there and I listened to about half a song and I was like, I'm going to Smoker's Corner. Thanks, Shitty Economist, for the $5. Yeah, I was just like, I'm going to Smoker's Corner for the duration of this bullshit. Had enough of that. Yeah, I did see Limp Bizkit get booed right off the fucking Summer Sanitarium stage. That was the most epic booing that I've ever seen. And that was just like, man, learn to read the fucking crowd, bro. That crowd was so hyped. Like, you don't understand, man. Sweaty, tired, but just hype, filled with that fucking metal adrenaline. They just listened to some of the greatest, like, metal and new metal bands of the early 2000s, right? Linkin Park came out, shredded the stage. The Deftones came out, shredded the fucking stage. Mudvayne came out, shredded it up, shredded it out. Just fucking multi-pit situation in Candlestick Park. Multi-pit. And then fucking Limp Bizkit came out and opened with Faith. Dun 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 dun. Trinitron monitors on either side of the stage with George Michael's tight jean-clad ass doing this. Dun 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 dun. Well, I guess it would be boom, beers and fucking bottles and cans. Talk about not reading the fucking mood of the audience, bro. Should have opened with just one of those days, dude. I'm just telling you. If Limp Bizkit would have come out on stage, right, darkened the stage, and then just played that first chord of just one of those days, that the crowd would have went, just let it hang. It's just one of those. The crowd would have went nuts, but instead they. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch it. Boo, boo. Pretty fucking. Pretty ignorant. Yeah, reading the room is an art form. Music videos where new metal bands stood in the center of the audience was an epidemic in the late 90s, early 2000s, yeah. New metal in general was kind of an epidemic. You can imagine, yeah, being a touring musician is rough. I mean, a lot of it is rough, I think, because musicians, same thing happens with comics too. Like, road comics tend to be drug addicts and fucking degenerate gamblers and drinkers and shit. And it's like, that's really, I think, what adds a layer of difficulty to it. It's like being on the road, being in this kind of like after party situation every day. Like, the lure of that has got to be super strong for people. Like, go out, fucking play a huge set, and then right afterwards do a bunch of fucking coke and fuck a bunch of broads. You know what I mean? And then just like the next day you're doing the same shit. I think that's adding a layer of complexity to the tour, for sure. But yeah, just having to fucking go out and do that every night is enough. It sounds exhausting. Yeah, it is. I mean, I can imagine it is. On the other end of things, touring is just grueling because, you know, smaller bands way overbook. I mean, they just like boom, 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 because they're trying to play as many venues as possible. I went on one of those tours with a smaller band called Spread Needle back in the early 2000s. A bunch of my friends were in it. And I kind of roadied, and it was interesting. Ugh. That tour always makes me think of bad times, and it shouldn't, because it was like a really cool time in my life, but it was just like it heralded bad times to come. My life got pretty complex and pretty shitty for about a year after that tour. Fun stuff. Tainted memories. I think there's a type of person where being a roadie is just their call in life, probably, yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of positives to it. You get to hear good music all the time. You get to fucking travel a lot. You get to drink and party a lot. Sure, why not? What's wrong with that? Sounds like a fun job to me. I had a good time doing it. It was exhausting, but I had a good time doing it. Is Peyton a roadie? No. Peyton could be a roadie. Like, if we ever did the fucking RV trip around America, I would argue that Peyton should be on that RV as a roadie. He could do that shit. All green M&Ms, Peyton. I'm going to need you to go and get 2 large 1-pound bags of Skittles and pick all of the green apple Skittles out of them. I don't want a single green Skittle in the bowl, Peyton. No, roadies are more, that's more the venue that handles that type of shit. Roadies are more set up and tear down. So they're the guys that are there to check the mics, set up the stage environment. You know, if we've got chairs or whatever it is that we're using for our stage show, get that set up. Work with the lighting people to test the spots. Work with the sound people to test the audio, to make sure that everything is fucking gravy train with biscuit wheels so that the performers don't have to worry about that shit. One of the things that has happened for pretty much every show that we've done is that, maybe with the exception of the New Orleans show. The New Orleans show, we actually had a roadie. But every other show, I've been the roadie. I've been the guy that goes, sets up the environment, blocks the stage, works with the lighting and sound guy, works with the opener, makes sure everything's in place. You know what I mean? And like having that, especially if you're doing like a multi-date tour, is almost a necessity. It's just like nobody can fucking do all of that, plus be a performer, plus do the after party shit. Like what am I like? So yeah, that would be a roadie's job. That and loading and unloading. So like, if we pull up in our RV or whatever, and we've got like some props and equipment and whatnot that we're using for the show, would be the roadie's job to unpack all that shit, get it all set up in the venue, and then after the show ends, the roadie doesn't get to start partying until they tear down. That's the way it works. So while everybody else is partying, roadie is packing up amps, packing up chairs, props, any like stuff that we bring with us on the tour that needs to be stored away in the tour bus. They go and pack all that shit up, make sure it's all in good working order and ready to go for the next fucking show. Like a roadie has to keep their mind on that first, and then everything else. As long as you got that done, party time. I think that Peyton would make a good roadie because he's not a drinker. Peyton doesn't drink, so I think that makes him a good roadie. Ouch. Hair, please. Hair, please. Help. Help. There we go. People not enjoying this positivity stream today. It's a shame. That's a shame. People just leaving en masse. Ideology audience has no chill. No chill. Coffee's the stuff, man. Coffee is the stuff. You're a bastion of chill? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Like, you have no chill. Positivity is so 1996. I know. I know. Dude, positivity wasn't the 90s, dude. Positivity is like 1984. The 80s, that was a positive ass generation, bro. A lot of positivity, a lot of comedies were popular. The music reflected that kind of like party till you drop mentality. It's not that people didn't get offended at every little thing. It's that being offended had not become a national pastime yet. People were plenty offended back in the 90s, trust me. Trust me. There was a prudish element in the 90s to counteract the counterculture. It's just that the counterculture is what people remember from the 90s. Far more nihilistic, far more pessimistic, you know, a little edgy. That's what people remember. But people don't remember that there was a counter to that in the 90s that was just kind of like rank positivity. Yeah. I mean, that's really the difference. You were offended in your own social circle in the 90s. Now you take it online, there's a mob of thousands frothing at the maw. Well, there's that. And there's just like the kind of, I think, magnification of those types of feelings online because it's so much easier to find a clique of people that are like doing the same shit, offended in the same way. It's just like, thinking about my childhood, right? If you got your panties in a bunch, you really only had your fucking group of friends to make your case to at all. And if they weren't feeling it, you just kind of had to suck it up. Like if they were just like, nah, man, that wasn't whatever. Like nobody meant to offend you. And like if everybody reacted like that, like, whoa, you're overreacting. You kind of had to consider like, fuck, maybe I am overreacting. You know what I mean? Like if your entire friends group heard your grievance, it was just like, bro, that's just, I don't know, man. You kind of had to go like, whoa. But online, it's like tailor-made. There's going to be people saying those things to you, but you can just ignore those people and find the people that are just tragically over fucking compensating just like you are. And join the fucking chorus, See, I think those people are lightly enough dispersed amongst the populace that they really don't have much of an impact. And then there's the internet, which is like a giant magnifying glass for that shit. And a sorting machine. It only finds people and pipelines them towards other people that are like them. So much construction, bro. Unreal. Learning to code is helping me understand the world better. It's pretty nuts. If then. If variable, go to variable. Really is, at the basics of it, a more mathematical way of understanding the way that things interconnect. Can be applied to personal relationships, can be applied to like the delicate balance of nature. Binary. I've heard binary described as the language of nature, the language of the universe. Sufficiently simple to work, sufficiently complex to allow for massive amounts of diversity. If then, dude. The sacred if then. Yeah, I don't know much about coding. I know a little, tiny little bit, just from being adjacent to people in my last job that knew a little bit about it. We definitely live in a digital or binary construct, just like the Matrix. You're probably correct. Always if, never unless. People get mad, yeah. Everything breaks down into a set of yeses or nos. To take it even more simpler, right? To simplify it even further. Everything breaks down into a series of on or off. That's really it. Positive or negative. So I'm having a huge problem finding out what I want to do for a living. I'm 28. Any advice? 28 years old and you don't know what you want to do for a living. Welcome to reality for a massive amount of people. This idea that you have to know what it is you want to do for a fucking living and pursue that immediately, this is like kind of like a really negative social meme, in my opinion. That doesn't mean you should sit and stagnate, but this idea that you've got to know what you want to do with an entire life within the confines of the capitalism and shit. I mean, like, fuck that, bro. Do you. Maybe start looking at work differently. Look at work as something you have to do to sustain, and then do exactly as you want when you're not there. A lot of people live that kind of work-life balance and find some limited happiness with it. Free will is an illusion, an evolutionary byproduct of our if-then brains. Yep. Well, I mean, Ingrid, art is as valid a pursuit as any other one. I want to be an artist, to me, plays the same as I want to be a banker, a lawyer, a CPA, a fucking, airline pilot. You're only going to be as successful in any of those fields as the amount of passion and attention you throw at them. And so art is just the same thing to me. Can't imagine punching into the shop for the rest of every day of my life. Well, see, that's fine, and you don't have to. I work from home now. It's not bad, pretty easy. I'm working right now, sure. A lot of people, due to the pandemic especially, got the opportunity to work from home. Do traditional bankers still exist? No, not really. Not in the traditional sense. Banking has become a very complex endeavor in comparison to what it used to be. There you go, cute stuff. Time for your good morning pee. We'll have a good morning pee. Okay. What do you think the ownership class will do to the proletariat when automation dominates manufacturing and artwork? Find another way to monetize us. I'm sure that they've got ideas. We're not the only people that think about this. I'm sure they've got ideas. Trust me, human life will be commoditized no matter what level of automation exists. You can take that shit to the bank. You don't think they won't just kill us because we're no longer useful for them? Maybe they will. I don't know. I mean, they're already doing that. They're already cycling us through their factories and grow operations and, mass monoculture farms and stuff as fast as they can break us. I'd say they're already doing that. It's already way too much of us. They're using us up like we're little Duracell batteries. What you think, Dave? I'm convinced personally that when automation increases to the point where a human worker makes no sense in any context, they're just going to massively genocide anyone who isn't a part of that class or adjacent to it. But then who will they rule over? See, that's the thing. I really don't think that's a problem. Who will they lord over? Think about it. All right. So we already live in an economy that's based entirely upon theoretical currency, fiat currency, right? So let's just say that once automation becomes real, they establish something like a UBI, right? Some sort of basis to empower us to purchase and consume their things, but that confers all of the wealth to them. Human life can still be commoditized without the labor principle. Now, the labor, I think, that people do at their jobs is going to be replaced in how people are housed. I can see people living in giant tenement buildings where if upkeep is not done collectively, no upkeep is done. Literal tenements, packed, filled with families living one on top of the other, all disconnected. I don't think they care about ruling over what they see as degenerate apes. I think that they want to have green lawns and swimming pools and massive estates. And if that's only sustainable for them, if there's something like 90% less people, well, maybe you're right. I don't know. Dude, I don't have the brain of an ultra capitalist. You know, I don't know what, I can guarantee you they think about these things. I can guarantee you that some really interesting conversations to be a fly on the wall during have gone on between billionaires and influencers and mega corporation heads and fucking, you know, heads of governance, heads of state. There's been some really interesting conversations about what to do with us. Trust me. Which way those conversations have gone or will go, I can't, you know, I think that anything's on the table. I may be right. You may be right. Both of us might be dead ass fucking wrong. Who knows? Why do billionaires seek more and more wealth when they literally have enough money to last them 100 lifetimes? Is it greed? Yeah. I mean, look at what Bezos is doing. I just saw the first picture of his new mega yacht. Somebody caught a picture of it at a Dutch shipyard where it's being built. It looks like a fucking battleship, bro. The guy sent himself to space. He built a fucking space program so that he could go float around space with his celebrity buddies and shit. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the constant pursuit of more. And I really do believe that at the center of a lot of people, capitalism has created a giant hole that can never be filled. Psychological hole that can never be filled. When you put that type of person, that type of mentality in a relatively zero consequence environment, and here's what you get. You get one person using probably like, let's just not even look at the money that he hoards. Jeff Bezos, with the properties that he owns and all of the luxury items that he owns, his family, the Bezos family, probably uses 1,000 times more resources than the average fucking lower middle class family does, conservatively. What should I think about that? Just the maintenance of Jeff Bezos's little pampered, butt wiped life requires, and I'm probably way low, 1,000 times more than you do, 10,000 times more than you do. That's taking money out of the equation. That's just looking specifically at fucking consumption. Yeah, Elon Musk is just as bad. He doesn't live as large as Bezos does, but make no bones about it. Elon Musk has got fucking billions and billions of dollars. He's driven by different fucking things. Not every billionaire is, alike. Not every billionaire has the same standard of living goals and shit. But they're all wasting fucking massive amounts of resources. Phew. He did make a funny meme on Twitter and likes science, so Musk is super cool. Yeah, Musk super cool. Yeah, Bezos's carbon footprint, taking into account all of his properties and all of the people he employs and all of the goods and services that go into maintaining his life just so, I'd be willing to bet that his carbon footprint would swallow about 10,000 of ours. Jeff Bezos probably spends in a day more than your average person makes in a year, just in maintaining his various fucking properties and shit. Think about that. Just the maintenance bill on a day of Jeff Bezos's properties being maintained, landscaped, cleaned, serviced, probably about the average American household a day. He definitely's got a squirt toilet for sure. He's got a Toto flown in specifically from Japan for him. Yeah, dude, there's a cult of Musk worship that goes on. That's pretty disconcerting. Bezos definitely has a small D. You don't know that, dude. He might be packing a fucking Thunderhammer. He might have a Mjolnir in his pants, dude. You wouldn't bet on it? You never do know. You never do know. If I were you, I would be careful about making proclamations, dude. He might drop his pants and just reveal it. The fucking anaconda, dude. It's like, what did you say? What was that about Bezos having a small cock? The fuck out of my face, pleb. Does Bezos have a sleepy eye? Bezos like a Ken doll under there, maybe. You're gonna miss the chirping of the birds. There'll be birds where I'm going. One of the great things about birds is that they're all over the place. There were birds in Louisiana, there are birds here, and there will be birds where I go. I'll tell you what I won't miss, the constant construction noise that's happened the last like 4 months here as they've been building. I think there's 6 houses being built in this fucking little subdivision area that I live. 2 within eye shot of me. There's one over there and one back there. Unbelievable. We're moving pretty soon, Mids. Before the first of the year. Gonna miss the foxes, sure. Are you gonna miss the... It's like, come on, man. I've moved more times than the average person, especially when you consider like different states. You can miss a little something about them all. Why are you moving all the time? Why are you staying in the same place all the time? I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Yep. Peyton's got me beat. DMV is actually pretty simple. You take your other state license into the DMV. They put a fucking hole punch through it and give you a fucking state ID for whatever state you're in. Give you the driver's license and you take your picture and they print it out. You fill out your fucking residency form and you're done. Colorado or Oregon, huh? Good luck. I'm done with the West Coast. I've seen the writing on the wall for the West. Historic drought for the entire Western United States, including Washington, including Colorado. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm going far. I'm going far and away. Yeah, Zeke. Wish Zeke would move with me. That is true. All right, Phoebes. Need to look at the fucking Western drought map, Phoebes. Believe the last time I looked, Colorado was in yellow drought, which means that they're at 50% snowpack over a traditional year. The entire West, bro. I'm just telling you. You need to look at it. Look at the fucking whatever it is, the NIH. Nah, that's the National Institute of Health. Whatever the weather fucking climate agencies are. Look at their fucking maps of the current drought. California is like deep maroon, which is stage 5 drought. And pretty much everywhere in the entire West is fucking at least stage 3. I'm out, dude. I'm gone. Yeah, there you go. The NOAA. Thanks. I'm just telling you, it's accelerating. Being far behind these other states in terms of drought, I mean, that's just like, that's a bet I'm not going to make, dude. I'm not going to buy land in a fucking state that's going to be dry in 10 years. Already in the process of drying out. I've just seen it happen here. Dude, for a lot of years, we were at 50% snowpack, 40% snowpack, 30% snowpack. We're at 2 now, just in my lifetime. So keep that in mind. Do what you want, move where you want. I'm just making my decisions based on the climate disasters that I've experienced. Yeah. California's at 2% normal snowpack. I've got oceanfront property in Arizona. The western parts of the United States are in the process of desertifying. You've seen record heat bubbles in Washington. I mean, I can't even imagine. I lived in fucking Bellevue for a year. I can't even imagine it being 110 degrees in Bellevue for multiple days in a row. It must have been fucking absolutely unlivable. That's going to be normal now. That's your normal fucking summer up there. Ridiculous. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I mean, there's really nowhere that you can go in the world that hasn't been touched in some way by climate change, but there are some areas that are far more functional for human existence, and that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going to go and put down whatever roots I can. Yeah, dude. I lived in the most expensive apartment that I've ever lived in when I lived in Bellevue. My note was ridiculous on that apartment. Didn't have air conditioner. No need. Just prop a window open. There you go. There's your AC. Dude, I ain't gonna shovel no snow. I'm blowing the snow, bro. Get a snow blower, eh? Let me guess, rent was probably like $1,800. Dude, I lived in downtown Bellevue. I shared a zip code with Bill Gates. You're gonna have to go a little higher than that. I lived in the Avalon Meidenbauer building in downtown Bellevue. My note on that apartment was close to $5,000 a month. The most expensive place I've lived by a motherfucking country mile. Just under 5. Bougie Paul. Waste of money, it really was. I think I was spending some absurd like 90% of the money that I was making on my living situation. That's expensive. Your audience might eat you. Well, I was on DP at the time, so that audience can eat me if they want. Let's just say that I've downsized since then in terms of what I pay a month. Hey, 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 hey. Doot, 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 doot. Smoke weed every day. Doot, 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 doot. No. I was paying way less on the North Shore. I'm paying way less now. A lot of people thought that when I moved to California and got a place like this that I was paying out the ass. Dude, I'm paying so much less than I was paying for that 1-bedroom apartment in Bellevue. But of course, I lived in downtown Bellevue, and grocery shopping meant going down an elevator. I lived on top of an elevator. You can find pictures of it. You can look it up. It's a pretty fucking cool building. Definitely probably the coolest building I'll ever live in. Had a full gym that was free. You scanned in with your fucking key. So full gym, like one whole area of one floor was a giant fucking gym with tons of stuff in it that you could use that I took advantage of when I was there. Dude, I lost a lot of weight when I was living there. I was living that healthy lifestyle for a while. Shopping, go down the elevator, and you land right in Save Mart or Safeway or whatever it is there. So there was that. If I still lived in Louisiana, Ida probably would not have affected me as badly as it affected the guys, but I still would have had to get out because I probably would have lost power for a week or two. I lived in what the fuck? What the fuck was I can't remember the name of the goddamn city. What was the city I lived? Was it Slidell? I didn't live in Slidell. I can't even remember the fucking city I lived in, to be honest with you. Fuck it. I lived there 3 years and I don't remember the name of the city. No, I didn't live in Mandeville. Nope. Did not live in Mandeville. I lived in, yeah, Covington. There you go. There you go. Yep, that's where it was. Good old Covington. You live somewhere for 3 years and forgot about it. What kind of weed are you smoking? We're gonna get some. D. Oh, snap. It's Zeke. D. Come here. No bark. No bark. Let me put you inside. Let me put you inside. How's it going, boss?
You seem to be in a chill mood this morning, so I figured I'd bring this by for you.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I got you and Amelia some sweaters.
Oh,
Some hoodies. I don't know if they'll fit, but if they don't, I can get you different sizes.
All right, bro. Thank you. That's awesome.
And then, we were at the warehouse, and I spotted an extra one of these. This is that Arctic chiller that has the gel pistachio freeze.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah. So I want to shoot this to you.
Dude, that's beautiful. I'm not even gonna use it here.
Take it with you.
So that I can take it with me. That's gonna be.
It's got these little clips to put together.
Okay.
I don't use them because I've actually cracked one of these using these little screws. Use them and careful.
All right.
You put it together, you'll see what I'm talking
I'll
about.
have to. Yeah, I'll have to look it. I'll look into it too, because I don't want to mess that up. That was a premium.
I mean, it cost me.
That's awesome.
And then I don't know what you need. I just got you some edibles, pre-rolls. I got you a special strain for Halloween. It's called Frankenberry.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Oh,
So,
dude.
are you sure of anything? Or you relax? Check it with you too, man. I don't want to be in the drought.
D.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. So I'll let you get back to it, man.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. As always. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And if you ever want to check out the kid,
Yeah, I want to check out this. He does this clothing brand.
yeah, he started out this clothing. And he started getting into Mr. Today, right now, he's going to Mosquito.
Is he? That's dope. Where's he working from? Yeah,
I think he's down in LA. He has his own So, I'll let you get back to it, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Have a
Man.
good one.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Damn. This is. I'm not gonna be using this before we go, so that we can just take it. But he got me a freeze pipe, dude. This is the craziest shit, bro. So it's filled. This part is filled with this gel. So guys, check this fucking shit out that Zeke just hooked up. Freeze pipe. So this part of my pipe is filled with a gel that you put this in the freezer, and it freezes the whole fucking thing, so that when you take a hit, it's super chilled. That's part number one of it. Dude, you guys gotta see this fucking thing. It's crazy. I'm almost afraid to handle it. It's staying in this box. We're just gonna move with it like this.
Yeah, we'll wrap the box with you.
Yep. Oh my God, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Look at this fucking thing, bro. Oh man, that's so fucking pretty. I've never had a piece like this in my life.
It's gonna stay pristine right there.
Yep. He said not to use these clips because he cracked one with it. It's got the little bowl piece. Oh man, dude, that is fucking so dope. I'm gonna change into my sweater right now too. You got you one as well. This looks like a comfy ass fucking sweater. Hell yeah, dude. Zeke is the man. we have any use for a tiny little diaper pen.
That'd be good at some point, I don't know.
This is, oh, dude, that's so cool. This is a really nice hoodie. It's a 3X. It should fit me just perfect. Ugh. Get in there, Paul. Get in the hoodie. Still folded up all nice.
Yeah. You help.
I've got so much hair. Okay, look at it. That's a hand. That's a handful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting it. I made it. It happened. Oh, dude, this hoodie is so comfy. It's pretty small, 3X. Oh, that's okay though. It's perfect. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not that it's too small, you're used to things hanging on you a lot more.
Yeah. These pullover hoodies always feel smaller to me too. Dude. Yes. 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 New hoodie, new bong. New lease on life. OT. Dude, Zeke is the man. I still gotta I wanna do that today. I'm gonna talk to the guys about it. I'm gonna order a couple of shirts for Zeke. Maybe like a shirt and a hoodie. And then have it go to Scotty's. Have him sign it. Have him take it over to TJ's, have him sign it, and then have them mail that to me. Dude, that fucking like 100% not even gonna unpack that fucking thing until I'm moved.
Say pristine, we're gonna wrap it in another box.
It's getting the Lord's treatment, because that's definitely, I think without a doubt, maybe with the exception of my little 3-foot bong that I gave to TJ, the nicest piece I've ever owned. This is nicer. I've never owned anything like that. So that's pretty fucking cool. My shirt says push trees. Zeke said he got me a special Halloween strain called Frankenberry. There we go. And he did me up some pre-rolls too. Very nice, very nice. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Bubba Kush. I remember this strain. I used to get that Bubba Kush back in the day when I first started my Cali medical shit. Tasty. Screw, Renfest, Panfest.
Start some coffee.
Was that?
Can we start some coffee?
I started some already. Yeah. I think there's enough for you to have a cup in there. Red, red wine. Stay close to me. I do mine. Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. Dude, having a chill morning. Just got chiller. What a beautiful day. What a wonderful day it is. What do you do with a toxic person you have feelings for? The term toxic has become so hard. Like what's toxic about them? It's hard for me to tell. Like when you mean a toxic person, I really wish that could have like a baseline meaning, but it doesn't because everything is toxic now. But in general, I would say if a person is toxic to you, that you should probably cut them out of your life. I love human beings sometimes. One of the construction guys over there is just like singing like a mariachi song as he's working. And it just made me think of like just the millions probably of individuals over the course of human history that have done the same thing. Singing a song that's important to them as they work away on something. Got to be one of the older human experiences that we still share to this day. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat to know that those kinds of traditions have hung on all these times. Dude, I can't believe that fucking bong. That's crazy. Crazy. No, this is not a new hat. I've had this hat for some time. This hat was a gift from a friend of mine. Cricket does indeed like to knock things off of tables from time to time. I think that's just a cat pastime. What are you gonna name it? I don't know. I just don't know. Laverne. Laverne, dude. I can dig it. Magellan the Bong. You guys are pretty bad at naming bongs. Magellan the Bong. McGilligan's Pool, dude. To think that I saw it on my way to the zoo. Donkey Bong. Zao da Bong, dude. Oh no. That one's too fucking good, dude. Zao da Bong. That might be it, dude. That might be the one. That might be the one. Sarbonga, dude. Zao da Bong. Oh man. Ah, gee whiz and gee willikers. Running on all cinder bongs, dude. Somebody give me a PST time check. What time is it? Trusted PST time check, please. Trying to keep track of my obligations today. 10:24. Okay. We're good then. I've got, before we do our first shooting today, I think I've got 3 hours, give or take a minute or two. We got it. Oh, Aqualung. Do 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 do. Sitting on the park bench, doom doom doom, watching little girls with bad intent. Do 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 do. Snot is running down his nose. Doom doom doom. Oh, Jethro Tull. Jeffrey Epstein's favorite song. You think so? I thought Jeffrey Epstein's favorite song was I love little girls, they make me feel so good. I love little girls, they make me. I'm pretty sure that was the jam at the Epstein Island. Hey, look, now somebody doesn't have to make one of those fake weird videos of me saying that. Now they can just clip it. Now they just clip me singing that song. Dude, there's a couple of songs that are even creepier. I don't know who sings it, but I remember liking it when I was a kid. There's a song called Young Girl. And it's like, young girl, boom, Get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl. It's like, that's a dead ass song. Who sings that song? That's a crazy song. It's actually it's a really pretty song. I still like it. Like, subject matter aside, you know what I mean? Song structure wise, too dope. Times were different back then. Yes. Oh yeah, she was just 17, if you know what I mean. Dun, 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 dun. Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. Wow. Dude, I remember my mom had that song on 16 or whatever it was. Little record. Whatever the little records are called. Young girl, doom, get out of my mind. Doom, 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 doom. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl. Do 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 do. Cool song. Suspect lyrics. I mean, dude, Sting and the Police had a couple of creepy ones. There's like Roxanne, which is like a dude trying to Captain Save a Hoe, a prostitute. But then still frequenting Roxanne. So that's how I've always interpreted Roxanne, as a dude that done went and fell in love with a hoe. And now he's trying to moralize to the hoe while still participating in being a John. Got that one, and then you got like Every Step You Take. Well, you'll notice that he says, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light, right? But then what's the fucking hook? Roxanne, put on the red light. Roxanne, put on the red light. Roxanne, put on the red. Right? Ever notice? You think that's just unmeaningful to the song? Dude, Every Breath You Take is straight out fucking stalker song, but it's a beautiful song. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand a lot of songs, I think, dude. Like, for the longest time, I thought the same thing about Roxanne. It wasn't until I started listening to song lyrics more critically, when I got a little older, like into my 20s, that I realized, wait a minute, this is not about a dude that's just trying to save a hooker. This is a dude that has frequented a hooker and is trying to convince her that he's the John that she should leave the life for. And the whole song takes on a whole different fucking Paul. Whole different tint. I love it, though. It adds so much fucking interest and contrast to the song. Yeah, don't make me pay for it anymore, Roxanne. Yeah, basically. I really must go, but baby, it's cold outside. I've got to go home. I just slipped something in your drink. I'm starting to be dizzy. Oh, just lay down here on the couch. That's dark. Can we not? That's enough of that. But pretty much, yeah. It definitely has that vibe. I'm trying to think of some other creepy songs with kind of creepy implications. There's a bunch. Like there was a whole kind of era of rock that was basically about that. Pumped Up Kicks. Really? I've never really listened to the lyrics of that song. I try and avoid that song. Pantomime by Orgy. I can't place it. There's The Wrong Way. That's pretty sus all the way through. It's about a 14-year-old whore. Blurred Lines has some unfortunate undertones. I think people were a little hard on Blurred Lines. I got to be honest with you. The song is a fucking clear 70s groove, and I don't know, dude. It's just got that like funky, sexy kind of like thing going on. I think people are just oversensitive about that fucking song. I got to be honest with you. It's not telling women to be like put slave collars on and be subservient to men. It's like kind of a look into the like male mind when it's assessing, fucking chicks and shit. This is like a raw sexuality song. It's like an expression. It's like wet ass pussy, basically, in my mind. The whole thing is about the dichotomy. It's like he says, "You're a good girl," meaning like you're a fucking girl that like presents that you don't. He's saying, but you want to get nasty. Just saying like you're reserved. You want to cut loose or whatever. It's not like trying to infantilize the chick or whatever. Like that whole song is about like looking at a chick who's reserved And then like, but knowing that there's like a freak in there that wants to come out. You want to be the one to fucking find the freak. Nickelodeon Girls by Dirty Frank. Yeah. I mean, that one was, but that's a song that's obviously made to be controversial. I kind of put those on the side. Like, I'm talking about songs that like kind of like snuck through the zeitgeist that are real creepy, you know? I don't know. I'd have to ask more women about the whole Blurred Lines song and how they feel about it and shit. Because to me, I think like the angst over it was way overblown.
That was like kind of the early, like, oh, let's see if we can actually cancel things. Like,
It was like it was an early target, yeah. Oh, it looks cute on you.
these are just snug hoodies.
Yeah, dude. But they're like, I think they're made that way because they're so like fucking soft. You want it to cling to you a little bit. Ooh. Marvin Gaye's family got $70 million. For what? The big criticism of Blurred Lines was its supposed rapiness. Okay. This is one of those times I wish I had a second fucking, like a little tablet or some shit. I should have kept my old phone. Well, no. It went to a good cause. It got my stepdad off of like an iPhone 2 and onto like a semi-modern iPhone. So yeah, I'd have to look it up. Do you have your phone out here? Can I use it real quick? I just want to look up the Blurred Line lyrics. Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Okay. Let's see if this is rapey. We'll be objective about this because I've never really. Okay, so of course it starts with the "everybody get up." That's not rapey, right? We can give the like intro. "Everybody get up" is not rapey. If you can't hear what I'm trying to say, hey girl, come here. If you can't read from the same page, hey. Maybe I'm going deaf. Hey, hey, hey. Maybe I'm going blind. Hey, hey, hey. Maybe I'm out of my mind. Okay, now he was close. Tried to domesticate you. But you're an animal. Baby, it's in your nature. Okay. So if you read these lyrics, okay, now he was close. So he's saying your ex. Your ex tried to domesticate you, try to turn you into a wifey that's a homemaker and a child bearer. But I see that that's not what you want. You're an animal. You can't be domesticated. That's in your nature. So people twist that, I think, because that doesn't.
He's not saying to domesticate.
No, he's not saying a woman should be domesticated or treated like an animal. He's drawing the comparison between how this woman's ex treated her, which was like, oh, I expect you to be a trad wife, basically. And he's saying, you're not a fucking trad wife. You're wild. You want to fuck. You want to party. You want to be free of that. You don't want to live that way. Okay, so that's how I interpret that. I can't say how anybody else could misinterpret that. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no takers. That man is not your maker. And that's why I'm gonna take a good girl. Right. So he's saying, like, you're really good. This man has mistreated you. and I'm better. I'm going to come along and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Who has a problem with that? The last dude you were with, listen to that again. Just let me liberate you. That's a little savior complexy, like he's the one saving her from that. Okay, I can get that, but that's whatever. You don't need no takers. So like your other dude was just taken, and never given. That man is not your maker. Once again, it's like female empowerment shit. It's like, look, dude, that guy that mistreated you,
Don't need him.
you don't need him. And in fact, you don't need to hang on to that shit. He was a piece of shit. And that's why and he's talking about, like, I see the fact that you're good. Like, good girl is not used in a childish way in this. That's why I'm going to he's like saying, like, there are chicks out there that are what? What do they call it now? I don't know. There are chicks out there that are not good, like bad, out to fucking manipulate and shit. And he's saying you're not one of those. You're a good girl. Okay. Then it moves on. I know you want it. I know you want it. Okay. I mean, whatever. Can't let it get past me. You're far from plastic. Talk about getting blasted. I hate these blurred lines. Goes on, repeats, I know you want it again. The way you grab me, must want to get nasty. Go ahead, get at me. So, like, this is describing the way she comes at him. So he's describing a run-in with this chick in like a club or something, and she grabs him, pulls him on the dance floor or something, and starts twerking and grinding and fucking having a good time, implying that she wants it. Doesn't mean that he's going to take it against her will. And then it repeats the same shit. He was close, tried to domesticate you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then, so it repeats itself a couple of times here. So those things I've already read, it just kind of cycles that again. And then it says, one thing I ask of you, let me be the one you back that ass up to. This is like a rap, I think, that's in it at some point. But whatever. He's like asking her, hey, one thing like that, isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to ask consent. I'm asking, will you back that ass up on me? Let me be the guy that you back the ass up on. Go from Malibu to Paris, boo. Had a bitch, but she ain't as bad as you. You're better than my ex. Can I please? Let's see. So hit me up when you pass through. I'll give you something big enough to tear your ass in two. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, chicks like big dicks. What do you want? Swag on them even when you dress casual. I mean, it's almost unbearable. That doesn't seem rapey to me, though. It's like, doesn't every dude with a big dick go like, yeah, and I got that big dick, too? Like, it's almost a wholesome song. It really is. It's trying really hard to be just a wholesome examination of a dude with the best of intentions and a girl, that's been hurt. Maybe this dude's been hurt, too. It seems like he's had some exes, too. Okay, and then let's see. In 100 years, not dare would I pull a far side, let you pass me by. So he's referencing an old hip hop song. She keeps on passing me by. Ba-na-na-na-na. Oh, really great song, by the way. So it's just a reference to an old song. Nothing like your last guy. He too square for you. He don't smack that ass and pull your hair like that. Saying you like your last dude was like a fucking, once again, you dated a conservative, basically, is what he's saying. You dated a traditional that wouldn't do the kinky stuff that you're into, and I will. So I'm just watching and waiting for you to salute the true big pimpin'. Not when many women can refuse this pimpin'. I'm a nice guy, but don't get it confused. Get pimpin'. Okay, so maybe this guy wants to pimp her out. I don't know. This is the rapper guy that's in it, I think. I can't remember who it was. Who was in this? Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Let me see. Overview. Robin Thicke. It's got T.I. and Pharrell in it as well. Okay. So this is obviously like T.I. You want to cancel T.I.? I think that was T.I. that done said it. Okay, let's see. Shake your rump, get down, get up. Do it like it hurt, like it hurt. What, you don't like work? Hey, everybody get up. Baby, can you breathe? I got this from Jamaica. It always works for me. Dakota to Decatur. No more pretending, because now you're winning. Here's our beginning. I always wanted... And then it goes back into the Robin Thicke. You're a good girl. So I guess some of those rap lyrics could be interpreted a little fucking iffy, maybe.
But like that would be like the entirety of rap, too.
But it was Robin Thicke that got fucking canceled, not T.I. T.I. just happened to get gaffled up and went to jail.
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I mean? Like, that was on him. But this was one of the first, like, this is one of, like, the first cancel bait type of songs. Pharrell now says he's embarrassed by Blurred Line lyrics. The singer says at first he didn't understand why people saw the lyrics as rapey. But later he realized there are men who use the same language when taking advantage of a woman. Whatever. I don't even want to read any more of that.
Yeah.
It's just like...
it was a collection of words that in isolation you could make a sentence that fucking...
Yeah, just like anything. You could take words out of well, you don't even have to take words out of the context in the Bible to find rapey shit. There's just rapey shit in the Bible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like any work, you can fucking rearrange the fucking meaning and make it mean whatever you want. It's just stupid. I hate that fucking artists have to do this shit. Pharrell has not fundamentally changed since he made Blurred Lines. Guaranteed he's the same fucking dude. And if nobody had had any problems with the lyrics of Blurred Lines, like after my reading it, I don't. Especially in comparison to other fucking songs. It's definitely not bad.
I mean, like, yeah. Like, when you're trying to get someone, you're like, yeah, you want it. Come on, get it. Like,
well, and like, not only that, but that seems like he's describing because he says the way you back it up on me. So they're on the dance floor and she's fucking throwing it back all hard and grinding on him, and you know what I mean? And like, that's what goes in the man's mind, you know what I mean? It's like, oh damn, she wants it.
it's like people hear blurred lines, they also think, oh, the blurred lines of consent, obviously.
No. Like, that to me is not what it's talking about at all.
Like, maybe it's the blurred lines of, like, expectations for men and women.
Yeah, it's like the conformity and shit. It's like the line between being like domesticated, as the song says, and being able to pursue your true self. And that's what this girl is struggling with, maybe. Maybe she's still with this dude. You know what I mean? Maybe she's a girl that's like...
the blurred line of,
yeah.
Like, do you want it, or are you still with this dude?
Right.
Yeah.
This dude's a square. They say it a bunch of times, and so, like, she must still kind of be with him.
Yeah.
And so she's out there on the dance floor, but she's clearly digging and vibing with this other guy, you know what I mean? And he's like...
Well, that could be the blurred line.
Right. There's these blurred lines between, you know what I mean? And that's fucking, like... Who's never done something like that in their life? Raise your fucking hand. I guess let them cast the stones, because, you know what I mean? Relationships are sloppy, messy things, and dude, if that's rapey, I don't whatever. Like, there's a lot of consent involved in a lot of those sloppy, messy things.
Yeah, and they made another big deal that fucking, I think Miley Cyrus twerked on Robin Thicke.
Oh. How old was she when she did that?
I think in her 20s.
Who fucking cares then? Like, if she was 16, I got a problem. But if she's fucking like 20 something,
I don't know. I guess they thought that she was enabling him because he was already supposed to be canceled. I don't fucking know.
whatever.
They were saying that her twerking period was like cultural appropriation.
Dude, people are just so fucking ridiculous. I don't even know how you're supposed to keep up with shit like this.
Yeah, this is why you guys had that anti-SJW phase, because like in its early fucking iterations, they were like trying to grab anything that even remotely.
They still do.
Yeah.
It just, you've come to understand that it was kind of a misappropriation of like calling out people in positions of power who had abused people. And then like people just picked it up and ran with it. And they were like, well, Robin Thicke did this song called Blurred Lines. I mean, can you get more rapey? That's a bit about how much they thought about it. I can almost guarantee a lot of the people that came out against that fucking song and resulted in Robin Thicke being pretty much fucking canceled off the planet when he had one of the biggest songs ever. See, this is the difference. Everybody loved that song. That song was fucking ubiquitous when it came out. This small group of people online managed to just basically ruin this dude's fucking career. Dude, you know how many people still bop to that fucking song? Tons. I have it on a playlist. It's got a good groove. So
Most of
fucking.
them are like they try to like, oh, there's this stuff in the video, and the video makes it look rapey or whatever. It's like
Whatever, dude. Whatever, bro.
that's
I just think that like artists and shit
yeah,
should
need
be
to
put
stop.
like they need to be put in a box and allowed to express themselves and shit. And you know what, if you're offended by a piece of art, great, but quit trying to like, if that artist is actively like raping fans or something, cancel the fuck out of them. Yes, nobody should abuse anybody. That artist is making a song, fuck off, bro. Have you ever heard of Anal Cunt? They're like a screamo metal band that just screams about murder, death, rape. Like, go cancel them, you dumb fucks. Going after Robin Thicke.
And that's what kind of like twisted this cancel culture. It's like people can't agree on like what's cancelable or not. So it's just this like crapshoot.
Yep.
Yeah, what was that? Was it just called Shame, or was it called
15 minutes of
Yeah,
shame.
15 Minutes of Shame.
Yeah. Documentary about people that get canceled, and it's just like a lot of it is just a story that goes viral. People misinterpret it or take the positive interpretation, but forget that they're just like a normal fucking person that maybe fucked up, and they just ruin a person. But like, it goes when it comes to like culturally what's permissible and what isn't. Dude, it's a fucking who knows. Gotta pee. Be right back. What? Oh, D.
You going with Daddy?
No.
looks like part of the controversy too was like parents roll clutching. It's like, oh my kids are twerking now.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
I don't know. It's just it was such a fucking stretch from the jump. And it started with like some student unions banning it from like their parties or whatever, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It just diminishes like the other cancellations because like that's how you get like people like, oh, it's just cancel culture when it's something that like actually is worth canceling, but because all this other shit happens, people kind of tune it out.
Yeah.
Outrage fatigue.
Yep.
When Baby It's Cold Outside got canceled too.
Dude, that song's never canceled for me. It's still a smooth jam, but it is a little...
It's right beer than Blurred Lines for sure.
Oh, yeah. You got that right. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of other songs that are like that. I came up with Young Girl, Little Girls by the Talking Heads. There are definitely some songs that, yeah. She was just 17, you know what I mean.
See, the thing is with that is like, it's really only a recent fucking thing that 18's been considered like the universal like age of consent. Like for the longest time, 16-year-olds were seen as fair game for marriage and all that shit.
That is true.
It's like people forget it was like, you know, like your mom got married at 16, didn't she?
She got married younger than 16.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to ask her. I'm pretty sure she was just 16, if you know what I mean. My dad was 18, went into the Army, got the parental consent forms or whatever to marry my mother, which a lot of people would look back on, and you're just looking like my generation and then their generation, right? So 2 generations back. And yeah, my mom lived in the bunkhouses or whatever that they gave on the Army bases for married couples, and worked at the PX there, like at the little store on base. It was considered to be normal. Like that was just...
And like your dad wasn't that much older than her, but there's probably plenty of dudes that were way older that picked up the 16-year-olds.
Probably. I mean, what my parents did was totally normal. Like, they met in high school. They were high school sweethearts or whatever. He was
2 years apart.
Right, they're 2 years apart. She was a fucking freshman when he was a junior. That's when they met. She dropped out her sophomore year to marry him, and after he graduated high school, and that was that. You know? And nowadays, that would be like pretty suspect in most people's families. If they're like a 16-year-old daughter just like eloped with their 18-year-old boyfriend or whatever.
Like in the general context of humanity, it's not. It's only very recently that 16-year-olds are viewed differently.
I think it's positive. I think it's a positive move in the correct direction.
Yeah, But I think it's just like remembering that context when like looking at like older songs.
Of course, yeah. You're absolutely right. But like, it is one of the things that I think society has come to look at. It's like our psychological understanding of the developmental differences between an adolescent and a teenager and a fucking adult. You know, like they're way starker now than they used to be. And so, you know, it's, I think, a reflection of a positive part of our society that we've moved closer to something that I think is, you know, about right. Like, I honestly believe if you're going to be considered to be an adult by every other facet of fucking society, right? Like, you are legally liable as an adult. You have to pay rent like an adult. You have to have a job like an adult, which is the truth for a lot of 18-year-olds. Then we've made a bargain that seems to be in the right zone for me. A lot closer to the fucking mark than 16. Let's put it that way.
But yeah, I mean, my point's just like, if you're looking at songs from like 40 years ago, that wasn't
right.
Common sentiment.
And think about this too. That's why you see songs like Young Girl.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if 16 was considered to be kind of like the age or whatever the fuck, then a dude writing a song like Young Girl is probably lusting after like a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes on a whole different, right? Because, I don't know, it's just very strange how the whole ideas have, the ideas of consent and age and shit have changed over the years in our society alone.
You know what's really creepy though?
What?
France only just set their age of consent to 15, like, this year.
From what?
Like, it was like kind of this like weird thing where it's like they didn't have statutory rape as like a law. Like, it was rape if you had sex with a minor, but only if it was forced. France is fucking
2021. Yeah, welcome to the fucking modern age, France.
They just like didn't think that statutory rape was like a thing. I guess.
Whatever. Whatever, man.
So yeah, like, instead of getting mad at fucking songs, why didn't we cancel France?
Yeah. There's a strain, you know, it's one of those things that at least gives me hope that we, as a species, are coming to understand ourselves a little better. I think it's a metric for that more than anything. The fact that we've gone from basically, if you look at pretty recent human history, non-existent age of consent laws, to coming to understand how the human brain develops and at what speed, and trying to find a fucking reasonable age at which people are considered to be adults and can make their own decisions about those things. That to me is a sign of positive social progress. So, but it is strange to see how quickly it's happened. Just a couple of generations removed from you, one or two for me, things were looked at very differently. Hopefully the species will go extinct soon.
We're just talking about like a positive, you're like, let's all go extinct then.
Damn, dude.
But yeah. I guess that's just like the big paradox to me. It's like, shit like that will be true, where like France just took that fucking long to set an age of consent of 15, which is still too low.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, that song is rapey.
Yeah. Like, cancel fucking France, bro.
Why didn't you call for sanctions on France until they raise their fucking age of
Right.
consent, man? Didn't you guys cover a story about child marriage in like the U.S.? Like one state's kind of like, we don't want to be the leader in child marriage in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah.
There's all these things that are like that clearly exist that people just kind of like forget about.
Just lagging behind the world. The world done changed, but we done stayed the same over here.
It's just so much like social media lets you get in such a bubble that like you can misdirect your fucking energy so severely.
Yeah, that is very true.
It used to be kind of like guided by these organizations that you would join and donate to, and they would do the statements and all that shit. And now it's just like anyone can fucking.
Yeah.
Because like, what could you have done like in high school before Twitter was a thing? You were mad at a song.
Bitched about it with my friends.
Call the radio station.
Yeah, called a radio station and complained to the poor guy who had to fucking answer the phones down there. Bitched to the fucking TV station about it, I guess. Well, I'm done. See you later.